everyone, and welcome back to Teresa Tries Tutorials. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you stick around. Today I am going to be playing with the Venus2, the Venus XL2 from Lime Crime. If you're new here, disclaimer, I have a special needs child. You'll hear him in the background clapping his hands and making noise. He yells at anyone or anything that takes my attention from him. On that note, I had swatched this in Ulta a couple weeks ago when I went to get the NYX foundation, and I fell in love with it. I love the pinkies, the pinks and light greens and the shimmers. I just thought this was so beautiful. I couldn't stop thinking about it. So when I went to pick up a few things that I wanted to see in person from my Sephora haul, I stopped into Ulta and I just had to grab this because, yeah, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So if you want to know my thoughts on the Venus2 palette and how I created this look, then just keep on watching and we'll get into the tutorial. Okay, so I just went in and used some Jeffree Star concealer, and I know he says not to set it, but I did set it today, so I'm going to start out by going in with this obscure shade, and I'm going to run that right through my crease as my transition shade for today, because I am feeling these light green colors. I couldn't stop thinking about this when I swatched it at Ulta. I know I already said that, but these shades were so pretty to me. And that shade, you really gotta build that shade up. I've went in several times to get kind of a minimum payoff on that color. Okay, I definitely had to go in ham and several times, and as you can see, that is definitely a light shade. It's kind of shimmery, which I'm not really mad about. I mean, we'll see how other shadows go on top of it. But I'm going to go in with this Slim's Glam 68 and go into this sage color right here. This is kind of a more flat, like, packing brush, but I've learned with these darker shades that you basically almost have to pack them on and then blend them out. So I'm just assuming this is going to be the same. And yeah, I'm thinking I was right. Definitely. Because I'm having to dip in a couple of times. I take that Sigma E40 we started with and blend out those edges. And yeah, it's almost blending it away a little. Let me see if I can build that at all. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's really trying to blend totally away when I try to use that blending brush. So I'm trying to really pack this on to try to get it a little more like that side. And I'm just packing and blending and yeah, trying to get it a little. I don't want to mess with this one too much because I like the way this one came out, but I'm really trying to pack that on. So definitely say that that shade you have to finesse and work with. So if you're one of those people that like to get your makeup on and done and be done with it, the greens that I've used in this palette so far are not going to be for you. Okay, so I do think I'm going to go in with a glitter glue. I'm going to use just my NYX glitter glue. I've used this a couple of times, and yeah, it seems to work pretty well. And I'm just using this BH number 7 Pro brush to get that on there. So I know my shimmers are gonna stick. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna start out with, let's try Ivy. Let me swatch that again and see. Yeah, I think that was the darker of these shimmers that I was using. Use that same brush just to make sure I pick up all that. And I'm going to start packing that on the majority of my lid here, pretty much my whole lid, just like that. Oh yeah, definitely glad I used that glitter glue. Now I think I'm going to go in with this locust shade and that same brush that I just kind of switched off, and I'm going to use that a little bit on this outer corner to deepen it up and create a little bit of dimension. Do the same thing to the other side. Flip that brush over and go back into Ivy and just pat so that it doesn't seem like such a harsh transition. You know what I mean? Now I think I'm going to take this Myth shade just on my finger, and I'm just going to pat that right in the center, because this is definitely more of a topper shade. You know what I mean? Just to add a little bit of extra dimension, but it is so, so beautiful. I hope it comes off on camera as beautiful as it is in real life. That's the mailman. Okay, now I'm just going to take an angled brush and go into that radiant shade. It's kind of like a white shimmer, but we're going to highlight my brow. Probably should have done, I usually do my brows before I do this step, but I'm just going to have to be really careful when I do my brows. Anyway, I don't think that did much of anything. I think that's going to be more like a topper shade as well. I'm kind of getting sad, you guys, about this palette. Okay, so I tried to do a little bit of wings, and they're not real even, but they're close. They're good for me, trust me. Anyway, so I'm going to go in with that same brush into that sage color, and I'm going to start working that on my lower lash line. And as you can see, I mean, this shade really, let me try to get a denser brush. I'm going to try this pH number 11. I don't know if you can see how flat and packy that is. And I'm going to try to see if I could build this up just a little. And hopefully, when we buff it out, it will not buff away totally. Barely touching my eye. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out better. Now I'm gonna take another BH. This is just another like dense but a little bit fluffier brush, and I'm gonna go back into that lightest green obscure shade and see if we can match the top just a little bit. And that's turning out to be a little bit of a mess. Let me clean this up. I just want to sharpen this up just a little, which I'm going to be going in and doing my face, so that's not going to make a big deal. Okay, so I did go in with that number 7 BH brush and take just a little bit of that locust shade and put it just in the outer quarter to third of that lash line. I was trying to bring a little definition to it because it was looking a little flat to me. But yeah. I think for my inner corner, I want to let me see what this radiant shade, this white radiant that I tried to highlight my brow bone with. Let me see if I spray this, what this is gonna do. If we can get this to build up just a little. Yeah, it's building up a little better than it did. Oh, there we go. There we go. I had to really dig into my pan here to get that effect. So, fair warning on that. But if you dig in, you can definitely get a payoff with that, as you can see. And I want to bring that up, I think, just, a hair into this look. Just because I like that effect that it gives. But, yeah. And it's weird because it's almost created a hard pan on that shade and that myth shade. It almost has like a hard pan already. This is the first time I've used this palette, so there's that. Okay, now that I have my terrible brows on that I can't stand, I picked up this from my Sephora haul, if you've seen that video. It's part of the Sephora collection, the waterproof 12-hour wear crayon. I'm trying to see a name on this. Anyway, it's green. It's like a shimmery green. I like the Sephora eyeliners. They're not too bad. So I got a couple. They're pretty creamy. They go on pretty well, and they stay pretty well. And I like that. So I got a couple shades. And we are just looking green today. But I was feeling green, so. Anywho, let me pop some mascara and lashes on. Okay, for lashes, I'm going to go with my Inky Minky lashes and Daddy's Girl. These are my favorite lashes by her. And I know I say this in every one of my videos, but if you haven't tried Inky Minky lashes, you really should. And I mean, I pay for all my lashes. Inky Minky probably doesn't even know I exist. That's okay, because I know they exist, and I love her lashes. So, highly recommend them if you want an affordable lash that looks really, really pretty on. And I just used my Kiss lash glue. I ran out of my velour and I decided to try this, and I'm happy I did. At least I think this was Kiss that I went with. Yeah, this is Kiss for sure. And it's just there. This one. Anyway, really love it. It's a good lash glue. And I am going to go in, I think I'm going to use my Milani 10-in-1. I'm liking this mascara equally as well. So I think it does pretty good on your lashes. As you can see, it really, with just a couple coats, starts to build them up. They're minimally clumpy. Let me put a couple coats on, I'll show you the difference. There we go. And you can just see the difference it makes. I mean, I really like it. Okay, so you can see I got my face all done, my lashes on, and this is the way the final look came out. Tell me what you think of it in the comments down below. Me and Thomas would love to hear from you. We never hear from anyone, and when I first started this, I was so excited. I thought it was going to be a great way to meet people, but nobody ever comments. I must not be interesting. Anyway, my thoughts on the Lime Crime Venus2 palette. I had to work with these green shades, but once I did, I love the way it looks today. I think it looks beautiful, and you guys know how I feel about my green and blues. So, I mean, I do love it. I was a little disappointed in how hard it was to kind of get them to work. But once I did get them built up and blended out, I think that they look beautiful. I can't say I'm disappointed with the whole purchase because I haven't used every color in the palette. If you want to see me do another look with this palette, let me know in the comments down below, and I will be happy to do some more looks on here. I'm definitely going to do some more looks here at home because I want to try out the pinks and the shimmers and the browns in here, because I mean, like I said, when I swatched this in store, I absolutely just fell in love with these colors. They just scream to me summer light colors, not so grungy and dark like I usually go with. He says, get done filming because I'm tired of watching you talk to the camera. Anyway, let me know if you guys have this palette, what you think of it, how it works for you. And yeah, from me and Thomas to all of you, lots of love, and we hope you're having a wonderful night or day wherever you are. Please take the time to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Give us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, like I said. And we'll see you on the next Teresa Tries Tutorials. So everyone have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.